Go ahead and get into this Jimmy Kimmel situation. Um, all right, so remember last week I reported on it that Jimmy Kimmel was canceled, where at least they said suspended indefinitely due to his remarks that he had on his comedy show about Charlie Kirk and Donald Trump, right? And I said then that this was wrong. They shouldn't have done that because one, you're violating people's freedom of speech. But we've been knew that they've been took that away from us a long time ago. They keep trying to lie and say this is the land of the free and you can still do it. But let's be real. So many people have spoke on certain things and they counseled them. You know, if you're a YouTuber, demonetize you. If you work for a certain company, fire you. All kinds of sorts of things like that when you speak on things that they don't want you to speak on. So when I seen that he was suspended indefinitely, I've seen this way too many times before. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's something as simple as somebody speak on something that they shouldn't speak on. Like, I'll give an example. When Kyrie Irving was actually Kyrie didn't really do nothing wrong, but he basically posted a picture of a movie that they deemed to be anti-Semitic, and of course they dragged him through the mud, trying to make him apologize and all this stuff. Same typical thing they do to everybody whenever you go against the elite power structure, and they want to make an example out of it. So this is just another case of that. Now, as far as I could see, I'm not exactly sure whether or not Jimmy Kimmel did a public apology, but I can almost assure you that he did. And if he hasn't yet, maybe on his show, they're going to have him deliver it live. But I can absolutely guarantee you that is going to happen because that's what they do. They love to make people into their puppet and show them, look, I am the one in control. Even when you wait. I mean, I think they really love to do it when it comes to, when you a nigga. But they do it to the whites too. They let them know, hey, this ain't that. We running this shit. So, for those of y'all that's unfamiliar with what Jimmy said during his show last week, we're gonna go ahead and take a look at it really fast.
This kid who murdered Charlie Kirk is anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding?
I think that shit's still funny as hell, by the way.
Thing up over the last day and a half, sir.
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks? They just...
1 second. All right, my bad.
started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years, and it's going to be a beauty.
Yes. He's at the fourth stage of grief, construction. Demolition.
So basically the joke was he was indicating that, you know,
Over the
Trump
weekend.
wasn't really grieving like that. That, you know, even though he's supposed to have been a good friend of Trump, it wasn't really of Charlie Kirk. It wasn't really affecting him too much. So I thought that shit was funny as hell. And like I said, from the beginning, he never should have been counseled in the first place because he just exercising his God-given right for freedom of speech. But them people, you know, did what they did. And I'm pretty sure they, like I said, they're going to have him apologize. I'll be willing to bet on it. They're going to have him apologize. They always do it. So, and I also said last week, he'll be back. It's not going to last long. They're just going to have him apologize. So the first step is already in process. And I guarantee you the next one is coming. What I saw, Jimmy didn't even go in like he could have. Yeah, that's another thing. He really didn't go there. It really wasn't that bad. What Jim said wasn't even that serious or that bad. Yeah. What if he go on live to make everybody think he gonna apologize and then say some savage shit and make them mad again? I triple dare that nigga to do that, but he's not gonna do that. Stephen Colbert, John Stewart, Seth Meyers react to Jimmy Kimmel returning after ABC. Okay. The SNS crew is in effect snitching and stealing. Jimmy Kimmel show never should have been canceled. They don't want the freedom of speech. Of course, yeah. Just like they trying to do the same thing with YouTubers. They trying their best to censor the big YouTube channels that, you know, are speaking against things that they don't want. But the thing is, when you're self-made and you already have a following, you can easily create another one and then build that jump back up like that because you have a consistent following. Like black people that rock with black folks, they gonna always support, you know, black people. Like Charleston White actually got canceled not too long ago. I think his channel got demonetized and he created a new one not too long ago and already back up and running. But anyway, let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and head to the next one.